Hi everyone, I'm Carl. Welcome back to the Renko Trading channel. Before we start, this content is for educational and experimental purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Renko charts don't have to be complicated. You don't need a pile of indicators or endless backtesting to benefit from them. In today's video, I'll show you 3 simple and effective ways to use Renko. They are Trendlines, Supertrend, and Support and Resistance. These methods are clean, visual, and easy to apply. Let's start with Trendlines. Drawing an uptrend line under a series of bricks gives you a clear visual of when price is respecting support. Once that line breaks, it often signals the end of the trend. The same works in reverse for downtrends. Just connect the tops of the bricks, and if price breaks through, it can be the start of a reversal. Now, here's something important to understand: you don't always just have one trend line. In an uptrend, the first trend line might be too steep, and when the market corrects, price often falls back, finds a lower support level, and then rebounds while still keeping the bigger uptrend intact. That means you may end up with multiple trend lines, each one stepping down a bit, but all pointing to the same overall direction. In this JP Chase Renko chart example, first, we draw the initial trend line. That gives us our first line of support. But notice, this line is a little steep, and eventually, we see a break around $260. That's not unusual. The first trend line often gets too steep. So we look for confirmation by drawing a second trend line. This one holds for a while, but then breaks again at about $240. At that point, let's say you sold your shares around that level. From there, the red bricks continue down to about $220. But then something interesting happens: the price reverses and starts moving higher. Here's where you can use a downtrend line. Draw it across the declining bricks, and you'll see it break to the upside at about $230. That's your re-entry point, giving you another chance to get back into JP Chase while still following the overall uptrend. So, when you're analyzing, you want to look not only at the line right in front of you, but also at the broader market and the nature of the trend itself. The takeaway: Renko strips away the noise and makes trend lines easier to trust. Next is the Supertrend indicator. Supertrend is based on 2 values, a period and a multiplier. The period sets how many bars of ATR, the average true range, are used in the calculation. For example, if the period is 14, it means the last 14 days of ATR are measured. That value becomes the base brick size. Then we apply the multiplier. So, if the ATR is about $6 and the multiplier is set to 4, the Supertrend creates a buffer that's about $24 wide. Think of it as a zone that helps confirm whether price is breaking out or not. Now let's go back to the JP Chase Renko chart we looked at earlier, but this time with Supertrend applied. With ATR 14 and a multiplier of 4, we get a buffer of about $20. The first buy signal appeared around November 30, 2022, when the market closed near $137. Let's round it and say an entry at $140. From there, Supertrend stayed green all the way until March 6, 2025, when it flipped to red around $250. That's a gain of roughly $100 to $110 per share over 2 years. After that, Supertrend stayed red until April 24, when it flipped back to green around $244. Let's call the re-entry about $250. Holding from there until today's price near $313 adds another $60 plus per share. That's the power of Supertrend. It keeps you in the market during long trends, then tells you when to step aside and when to re-enter. What makes Supertrend especially useful is the multiplier. If you set a higher multiplier, you get a bigger buffer. That means fewer trades, longer holds, and more chances to let your profits run. If you use a smaller multiplier, you'll get more frequent trades, but you may catch shorter swings. It all comes down to your risk tolerance and how much volatility you're comfortable with. For long-term investors, Supertrend on a Renko chart can be one of the simplest ways to ride major trends. Finally, let's talk about support and resistance. Renko makes these levels stand out. Horizontal lines drawn across swing highs and swing lows are much easier to spot compared to candlestick charts. But here's the key, don't just draw the lines and trade them blindly. Wait for confirmation, or combine them with other indicators, to see if the support or resistance levels are truly reliable. Let's look at American Express as the first example. We're using ATR14 with a multiplier of 4 in Supertrend, which gives a brick size of about $6.50. In July 2023, resistance formed around $175. That level was broken on December 18th, and from there the stock climbed all the way to $247 by July 2024. After a minor pullback, it broke through the next resistance in late August and kept moving higher, eventually reaching $319. Later, a correction brought the price down to $234. But looking back, we could see prior support around $228 from July and August 2024. Sure enough, the decline stopped above that support and the stock turned higher again. This is a textbook example: clear levels, clean breaks, and reliable support and resistance on the Renko chart. Now let's contrast that with McDonald's. Same setup, ATR14, multiplier 4, but this chart looks more sideways over the 3-year period. Resistance formed around $297 in mid-2023. The stock tested that level several times into early 2024, but couldn't break through. Instead, it corrected back toward $250. That $250 level acted like support for months. But in mid-2024, price dipped below it and closed around $245. If you assumed that was a true break and went short, you would have been caught in a trap. It turned out to be a false break, because the stock quickly reversed, rallied, and even set a new all-time high near $315 and later $320. The lesson here is that support and resistance can be tricky. Sometimes breaks are clean and reliable, but other times they are false signals. That's why you can't rely on the lines alone. You need confirmation either from other indicators or from the broader trend. So, when you're evaluating support and resistance, keep it simple, but don't forget to wait for confirmation. Renko charts help by making the levels clearer. But because support and resistance can still be tricky, it's your job to have a strategy. You need to decide in advance what to do if things don't go as expected. Will you use dollar cost averaging to lower your position cost? Or will you place a stop and exit if price falls below a certain level? The key is to combine the clarity of Renko with a clear plan, so you're never left guessing in the heat of the moment. So, there you have it, 3 simple ways to use Renko without overcomplicating things. Trendlines, where you may have more than one as the market corrects but the bigger trend stays intact. Supertrend, for clear and simple entry and exit signals. Support and resistance, which can be powerful, but must be used carefully, with confirmation. And remember, when things don't go as planned, you need a backup strategy, whether that's dollar cost averaging, setting a stop loss, or another risk management approach. Renko is all about clarity, simplicity, and confidence, but clarity works best when paired with a plan. That's a wrap on today's breakdown. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe for more Renko trading insights. Don't forget the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one.